name is
Let's
Ria.
get to it. Yeah.
You can hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Okay. Yeah, so my name is Ria. I run a nanny and private household staff agency, and I'm also a mentor.
Fantastic. Great to have you on here.
Thank you.
Hi, I guess I'm next.
You're next.
Yeah, my name is Fumi Ayodeji. I'm a retired nurse.
Oh, fantastic.
And I deal with buy-to-let.
Buy-to-let. Fantastic. That's properties. Fantastic. Mike, it's your turn to shine.
Yes, my name is Mike, and Ayo invited me. He's been doing my accounts for me. I have a few businesses that he manages with me, or in other words, helps me with. So that's how I know, and that's how I'm here.
Great. Awesome to have you on. Right.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to get cracking. Like I said, we'll promise you to get straight to the point so that at least. Okay, so here's the disclaimer. You won't know everything on here. So after this, you're going to have an opportunity to have a free consultation where whatever we say is now tailor-made to your situation. So you have your day with us. Okay, so this is to kind of like educate you, to let you know what's possible, and then it's going to be tailor-made to you. Rotimi, if you could share your slide, that would be great.
Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna tell me if you can see my slide.
Okay. All right, fantastic. We can see it.
Okay. Yeah. So everyone can see. Can everyone see the cursor moving?
Yes, so you can make it a slideshow that shows us, so just click on slideshow and do start from beginning. Yeah, that's it. All right, fantastic. All right, great.
Okay, so today we're just gonna be talking about protecting your business and preserving your legacy. So the amount of work you would have taken to actually build a business, get it successful, and we don't want any unforeseen circumstances that nobody can control to just smite all of that work. So yeah, this is what today is about. Just giving you some information about the things that you can put in place to protect your legacy. So yeah, so first, just a bit about us. We work at Emergent Financial Services. It was founded by a team of financial experts and consultants with vast industry knowledge. So we have links with different types of insurance. So you guys will get a chance when you guys get your free 30-minute consultation. We can go into depth about maybe the things that you would need separate from business as well. So we're directly authorized by the Financial Conduct Authority. Our FCA number is just there below. So just know that the way we conduct our business is upstanding and transparent. So we promote a culture of team and family, providing support every step of the way. Our premiums are not loaded. So what most financial advisors have are loaded premiums. So essentially they're more expensive. But since we have a relationship directly with the insurers, the actual insurers, our premiums are not loaded. So you essentially get it for the price direct without the markup. So we pride ourselves in professionalism and excellence, providing world-class services. So at Emergence, we put our clients first and at the center of all that we do. So is everyone happy with who we are, why we're here?
Yes, sir.
Wait, why is everyone silent? Why is everyone silent? Could I get some feedback?
Yes, you got it.
Yep.
Yes.
So
Okay, yeah. Feel free at any point in time to interject if you have any questions. So why do we work hard? So we can just say family and loved ones is the reason that we work hard. Is the reason that we set out every morning to get what we need to get done. The reason we built all this to create our legacy. But imagine doing all of this and something that's unforeseen, something that we had no control over, just comes to smite everything that we've accomplished. So this is what insurance is meant to protect against. So there are different types of insurances, and they all help you to tailor your life and your estate to the way you want it to happen, regardless of what unforeseen circumstances may happen. So, okay, why this matters? So you've built a business with time and effort and sacrifice, but what happens if there are unexpected strikes? Businesses face hidden risks daily. So, the presentation, you get to see the different ways that normal businesses are exposed and how they're just running without managing that risk. I don't know, but they leave it to God. Wait, sorry for the malfunction. I don't know what's happening here.
Okay, I'll take it from there.
Okay, wait, yeah. Protection is not just about today's profits. It's about tomorrow's legacy. So, as I pass on to Dr. Sheun, she will kind of explain and go into depth of the different types of ways we can help protect you. And yeah, so on to the award-winning Dr. Sheun.
Thank you very, very much. I'm excited to be here. Please let me know if you can see my slides. Can you?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, fantastic. So I'm just gonna start from here. All right. So I'm gonna be asking questions, and because I really want this to be really, very, very relatable. Rotimi, thank you very much for that introduction. Yeah. Some of you may have come across me. Some of you, you're just getting to know me today. One of the mission I'm on is to make sure that insurance is no longer kind of like what it's like. It goes way over our heads, especially as business owners at times. You don't know what is what is what. Yes, there are some things that will put in place because the government mandates it. You must. So if you have a limited liability company, you must have your employer's liability. You must have your professional indemnity. If you are in a professional, there are so many things that the government mandates. And that's where it stops for us. However, the main reason, let me give you a particular example. Let me give myself as an example. So as a financial advisor who has gone on to even make it bigger, so we've gone directly authorized because we've seen that within, especially the Black community, that a couple of information that we don't have just by virtue of not being exposed early to that information, right? So what we've done is to now make some of this information more relatable, more us focused, more people focused, more remove the jargons. And that's why I wrote my book, the book on insurance. I'll share that afterwards. The book on insurance is a love gift to the community, right? To say, you know what, all these jargons that flies over our head, we can actually simplify. So insurance just makes sense, and making sure that whatever you're doing, because nobody starts a business for business sake. We start it because one, maybe we are passionate about something. Two, yes, we're passionate about something, and then we need to be able to generate income to support our lifestyle. Maybe some of us did it because our children need to go to the right schools or live in the right environment. We don't work for free as entrepreneurs. I know some people have passion projects that, it's just pretty much, this is my passion. I'm doing it. I don't need to get paid. But between you and I, businesses helps us to get also paid if we structure the right way. And that's what we're focusing on today. Now, I'm going to be asking questions. So there are statistics that apply in the UK today. And I want to know which of the clubs each one of us belong to. I know what club I belong to, and I'll tell you. But I'm just going to ask you. And I want it to be real, because obviously what you know now from today onwards is just going to, it's just going to make more sense later on. Now, here are statistics in the UK. Less than 2% of UK businesses have adequate business protection in place. That means 98% of owners leave their companies exposed if a key person dies or falls critically ill. Another statistics, around 60%, that means out of every 10 businesses, 6 out of them will cease trading within 1 year if a key person dies or has critical illness. Now, let me see what it looks like in this group. So I'm going to ask you, MMR. Oh, MMR, you just came in. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. All right, we did a bit of introduction. We'll allow introduction afterwards again because we just want to get straight to the point. All right, I'm going to be asking statistics now. Wendy, right? Do you have a limited liability company?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Okay. All right. So, how many key people do you have in your businesses? And if you were not to run the business today, how many people will run with the vision with you?
It's just me and an assistant.
Wow. Okay. So that means you're part of the 2%.
Yeah, that's right.
No, sorry. You're part of the 98% because if
Oh,
you're not
yeah,
there,
all the way
you're stuck.
around,
And,
yeah.
all right. All right. Good. All right. So Elizabeth, what about you?
Just me, but my children knows what I'm up to, so I guess they will take it up from
They'll take
where.
over.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right. So now, do you have anything? So okay, I'll maybe my question will make more sense after I've given a bit of more information. All right. So presently, do you have any shareholders insurance, or do you have any form of business life insurance, or do you know what that is?
I don't have any
All right.
shareholders insurance now.
All right, no problem. All right, that's okay. So you're 98% for now. Mike, how about you? How many people are you in your business that can run it with you, or if you're not there, how many people can run with the vision, Mike?
There are 4.
There are 4. Fantastic. All right. So even if you're not there, 4 of them can take over. So they're your key people.
Yes.
All right, and they can run with you. Fantastic. So financially, if let's say like out of the 4 people, what percentage of your profit comes from each of them? Who is the most important to your business?
Well, because of how we work, it's difficult to split it between the members, if you see what I mean. We all contribute at different levels in different ways. And at the end of the day, the net turnover and everything
Is there.
it essentially,
so each of
yes,
you are key to the business. So if
that's
one
right,
person
each of
leaves,
us.
it definitely affects the percentage of what goes on, because the 4, or including you, 5 of you, you make it wrong.
Yes.
Fantastic. All right. What about you, Ria? Limited liability company?
Yeah, that's correct.
All right. How many of you are in the business, and who can run it if something happens and you're not able to show up tomorrow?
So I run it myself solely right now, and I haven't thought about who would take over it if something was to happen.
Yeah. All right. So see the statistics here, and thank you, Ria. Thanks for everybody that responded. So right now, let me ask Ayo. Ayo, yeah, you're the reason we're here today. How is your own structure, and financially, if you were to stop the business due to maybe illness or whatever today, what's the plan for your business, and how does it transcend you financially?
Well, as an accountancy practice that has to have professional indemnity, one of the requirements is for me to have someone on board for continuity. That's part of my policy. So I have a continuity person. So if anything happens to me, someone else can take over. So it's important that nothing happens to the other person, or else my daughter will have to take over. She's very aware of the business, and she has to take over and sort things out. Yeah.
Fantastic. So, all right. So, which makes what I'm going to be sharing now, it's going to make sense to a lot of you now. I know, because at times when we start the business, it's like we are passionate, we are the visionary, and a lot of businesses are run because the visionary is there. But the question is, if the visionary were to step aside or were to totally go away, what's going to happen to that business, and how can that business financially support that so that it does not die with the visionary, or it does not stall because the visionary is not of optimal health to continue. All right, so I'm going to get on with my slides now, and then I will get cracking. All right, so back to statistics. Let me know if you can see my slide, please. Hello, can anybody see my slide?
Yeah, I can see.
Yeah, we
All right,
can.
fantastic. All right. So the one-man powerhouse, founder, top salesperson, specialist is often the company itself, which is what I've just heard in most of the businesses on this call, right? And now here the statistics also over 60 billion is owed in directors' loan in UK SMEs. I'm not sure, that may not be part of this, and some it may also be true for some that are here. If the director were to pass away, the loan is immediately repayable to the estate. Now, the question is, how can the business afford that if the main person were to exit due to illness or accident? So, another thing, when wealth shifts overnight. Now, every day we're hearing about divorces, we're hearing about footballers that have to share half of what they earn, with their spouse, even if they've been married for one day, because of the contract that they have. So out of every 4 people, one that is divorced, people admit hiding assets, and men are twice as likely as women to do so. They hide their assets, right? That means you might be standing a financial time bomb if anything happens between you and your spouse. And people don't even think about this when it's business time. Sometimes you have partner in the business and it's your spouse. The question is, if anything happens to you, you were to pass away today and that person remarries, suddenly 50% of what you worked for the whole of it goes to someone that has never had an idea of what that business is all about. It's not even going to your children. So these are some unforeseen circumstances that happen in business, and why it's important for us to have some buffer around to make sure that if some certain situations happen, there's finance to be able to restructure and re-strategize. Imagine your income not just bouncing back, but rising by 25 to 33% after divorce, right? For some structures that are properly done. And the reality for some men, thanks to pension splits and asset allocation being less equitable. So, but with inheritance tax now hitting pensions, it's another thing entirely that we're talking about. So the landscape for businesses, for assets are actually changing. And the important thing for us that we're talking about here now is, instead of paying all that taxes to the government, why don't we expense some of the things that we need to ensure our business continuity? Why don't you expense it? So that before you start paying taxes on that, you have your back covered. And I'll tell you what I mean. These are some hidden risks for businesses. So it's not the risk that you see, it's the one that you don't. One, if a key person were to be lost today, what's going to happen to your profit? Now, for what I've heard here, aside from Mike, that has 4 other people in his business, if anything were to happen to me as a business, already we've done the right thing. I have majority partnership in this, and I've got another partner, which is also my husband, and we've done things to steady the ship if the ship were to be rocked by life, So loss of a key person, business continuity disrupted, family wealth eroded, unforeseen tax burdens. Now let me tell you about this. I'm going to stop sharing. I'm just talk to you straight about this. So peradventure, you have a business right now. Let's say your business is doing about 10 million. Let's even say $1 million in profit per annum, and you are the main person that runs that. So if there's a critical illness, 2 things could happen. What could make your business to stall? One, it could be everyday thing. Like if you are an employee, there are times that people call into the office and say, "Oh, boss, I'm not feeling too well," and take time off, and then some may be off for a few weeks, some may be off for a few months, and depends on the employer that you're working for. Those periods, they actually get paid, sick pay. Typical example, I have a few clients that work within the NHS. If they work for up to 5 years within the NHS, they have access to 6 months full sick pay. So even if they're off for 6 months, they get paid, right? But as a limited liability company, if you're really not working, nobody cares. That's the honest truth, right? So what could ensure that your bills are paid during this period if you cannot do the heavy lifting after that period? There's what we call, there's key person income protection, all right? and there's key person critical illness cover, and there's what we call relevant life insurance. And I'll let you know what that is all about, in my next slide. Now, let me take for example, relevant life insurance. How many of us have a normal life insurance that you pay for? One, okay. Ayo has one. Wendy has one, fantastic. Elizabeth has one, fantastic. Ememeha, do you have one?
Yeah.
Mike has one, fantastic. What about Ria?
Yeah, I do.
Fantastic. Do you know that instead of paying for your life insurance from your own personal account, do you know your company can expense it, and it's called relevant life insurance? How many of you have a relevant life insurance? Before I go explain what it's all about. Okay, now, so there are some ways in which the government has put things together so that as a business owner, so you have kind of like some benefits of being a business owner, right? So instead of you just paying, which is even more expensive because you are paying after you're paying your NI and everything. So net effect of you paying life insurance through your personal account is much more expensive than if you paid as a business owner, right? It's the same thing. It's life insurance. It's called relevant life insurance. So you are allowed as the director of a limited liability company to cover your life, right? And it's an expense that the company pays for. Right, and I think Ayo will be able to walk you through how to do the expense and everything, so that instead of you having to do your personal, your accountant will walk you through some of that terrain. So it's expensible, right? Aside from, so if you have a private medical insurance, yes, it's still seen as a benefit as can, but let your company pay for it because you are the company right now, right? And then if anything were to happen and there's a critical illness that happens, it makes sure there's a lump sum money that's paid to you personally and also pays for the business so that the business can continue. Let me explain how that works. So if you have a business critical illness cover, like I said, it's being paid, so the company is paying for it. So it's your business expense. Before you can pay your tax, you can pay all your expenses, and then the remaining you share with the government in profit, dividends, and all of that. Okay. So let's say, for example, you have a critical illness cover, right? And you're allowed to have up to 20x your annual income. So it could be your personal salary plus your dividend. So I know for a lot of company directors, you pay yourself the minimum, or maybe we pay ourselves the minimum, and then the remaining, because when we're paying dividend, it's cheaper percentage that will pay on dividend, rather than if you have to pay yourself salary the whole amount. So it's all accounting jargons. I'll leave that with Ayo to deal with. So because so I'm just talking about how it's possible for you to use what normally you may have to pay as part of your profit, but use it as an expense so that your company has money to continue life if life happens to you. So business income, person income protection allows you to get monthly salary plus dividend if you are not able to work, even for up to 2 years at a time. So let's say venture, you're paying yourself and you pay plus dividend and salary, maybe you're earning about £60,000 per annum. Insurance company can cover up to 80% of that paid monthly to you. So that will be, let's do a bit of calculation. So your remuneration is about £60,000 per annum for yourself. And as an executive of your business, right? 0.8 times 60 divided by 12. So you can actually get paid by the insurance company £4,000 every single month, even if you're not able to work for up to 2 years or even till retirement. All right. And how does that work? It means that the things that you can call your employer to say, oh, I'm not feeling well, I've got a headache. And it's not just physical health, it's also mental health. Because these days we are seeing that a lot of business owners are really stressed out. People are, there's anxiety going on because like you have to also make sure that this business runs while you are employing other people. Even employing other people is another headache because you want to take the right employee. If you don't have the right employee, it costs you more to actually fire an employee that's not performing, right? So in such way, if you have a business income protection, that's an expense to your company, you know that £4,000 can come in every single month, even if you are not at your utmost, right? And then what happens when people die within all right, that's fine, Wendy. Like I said, you're going to have a personal time to have conversation. I think because we were waiting in between, we didn't get started on time. We're getting to it now, almost wrapping up shortly. All right, I'm going to share my slide again. All right. And then we'll be able to ask questions. So business continuity gets disrupted if people are not well enough to work. Like I said, it's an expense to your company. Make sure that you have it all also there. So what happens? What happens to your profit, staff, and family if a key person is suddenly gone, whether it's by critical illness or death? People, in fact, post-COVID, we are beginning to see that life could be very, very challenging, and life could be very, very uncertain, because quite a lot of businesses shut down in COVID because maybe some died, some of the CEOs died, and that's the end of that vision. That's the end of that business, because it never had anything that could continue with it, especially money, right? And what this is all about to show when we have a personal conversation with you is how can you ensure that there's money, one, maybe to hire somebody to take care of this business while you're getting back in health, if that person were to be critically ill, or if this person were to pass away, how can your family continue with this business? And is there money to be paid to them to ensure that it can continue? And so that's where business life insurance comes in. That's where relevant life insurance comes in. And for you that have employees, relevant life ensures that it's part of the employee package that you give to your client, to your employees, that actually keep them in your business, because they know there's a sort of debt in service. So it works, relevant life works as sort of like a debt in service. For a lot of my clients that have it, they have up to like maybe 10x the annual salary for their staff. And that's for those, I have people that have like staff members that are up to 100 and say, okay, Dr. let's do this. And make sure that all those staff, they're in it because they've got benefits, you know. And those are things that you can use to actually add to your benefit package to ensure that people come to you and they can help you to continue your vision. So how do we run this the tax efficient way, right? One, the smart way to protect and save on tax, right? Many protection strategies are tax deductible business expenses, like I just explained. Instead of paying more taxes, you redirect the funds into securing your business. Smart businesses use this as a wealth preservation tool. Now, simple practical strategy. Let's just go through that. A successful business should have one, key person protection, so that the people that actually add value to your business, that if you call them and they don't show up tomorrow, your business is going to suffer. One, the MD, and also maybe the salespeople, or maybe your executive assistant, something like that. You can have a key man life insurance for them. And the way this works is, if this person turned up and maybe they died or they had critical illness, the company actually gets paid to ensure that they have money to recruit somebody else quickly into that role and can pay the salary for up to a year. Key man critical illness cover gets paid out if there's any critical illness to your key person. Now, I've mentioned the key person income protection, which is one of the very, very important ones, and that a lot of MDs are, that are able to help put in place. Is, you have your own personal sick pay. That's what key man income protection does. And then, so if you are here and you have shareholders, let's say peradventure you have 50% shareholding in that company, what happens if the other shareholder dies? It means that if they have a spouse, suddenly 50% of your shareholding goes to someone that would not actively work in that business. But the shareholder insurance can make sure that you have money paid so that you can buy that person out, so that you can still continue with the vision. Like I said, when we have a personal time together, we'll be able to walk through which one is relevant to your situation. And peradventure, you already have a business loan. We have business loan protection, and that also is a life insurance that in case anything happens to the director, maybe they died or they had critical illness, the insurance company pays off the loan, and that business continues. And I've already talked about a relevant life. These aren't complicated. They are very, very structured solution any serious business can adopt, and they are surprisingly cost effective when done the right way, which is what we're going to be doing with you. So a quick story. So one of our clients during COVID, I think they had about 20 about 20 million in loan. Okay, so this, during that period, there was what do they call it? Can you remind me this loan that people got during COVID?
Bounce back
Loan.
or bills.
Yeah. So this business, they got the 20 million bounce back loan, and unfortunately during this period, one of the partners died of COVID. Do you know, because they had that loan insurance, the insurance company paid the 20 million. Suddenly, what did that mean? They paid off the loan and the business continued, right? But what if he hadn't had that bounce back loan, the loan covered? It means that the business, because it was the main person, right? The business will have suffered. In fact, maybe they will shut down and they will still be chasing them because they had personal guarantees. You know that if you have personal guarantee, even if the business cannot pay, they'll come for your personal, the bank can come for your personal assets. That's the way it works. So for people that have the right things in place, honestly, it ensures that you can now focus on business, right? Focus on the right things. You know that if life happens, you won't have to suffer on your own. So what's the opportunity here? Your business, what are your blind spots, right? I want you to, after reflecting on this, what are your blind spots? What are your key people? So your 3 key people, please write their names down, because when we're having the conversation, we will see what's relevant to you. Like I said, all this information may not be relevant to you, but it will be relevant to some things may be relevant to you, and we'll be able to walk you. Are you prepared if tomorrow doesn't go as planned? Are you making the most of your tax efficient options? Because like I said, relevant life is the cheapest way for you to cover your life. So if you have a normal life insurance that you're paying for, I'll show you how we can do it. It's cheaper for you, and the business takes care of the cost. So it becomes because part of your remuneration before tax. So we'll have free one-to-one business protection between myself, Rotimi, and a few of our other team members will be able to speak to you, so we can tailor make what is relevant to your situation. And then also, like I say, it's a free consultation, so we're not charging you for that. This is just to kind of like open your eyes to what's possible. So protect your business, preserve your legacy, and you can save on taxes. Your hard work deserves more than chance. Let's make sure your business protection and your business is protected, unstoppable, and tax smart. Each one of you get 30 minutes consultation, and my team will call you to book a free consultation. And if you're on socials, please connect with us. And you can also text Fin Advice to either of these 2 numbers. If you take a screenshot, I'm also going to put that into the group. And then, I think right now, okay, this was the book I was talking about, the book on insurance, and is the easiest book that you can read to make you understand what is insurance, what do I need, what do I have now, how can I beef it up and beef it up and make it tax efficient. So please, you can grab a copy on my book on Amazon. And then now I'm going to take 1 or 2 questions and clarifications, and then we can we'll be speaking to you after this. So questions, clarifications, we can take 2 shortly. Yeah, I've definitely overrun my time. Apologies. I think I was trying to get all this information in one slot, but yeah. Questions, or clarifications? Any? Ria? Mike? Elizabeth?
Still thinking of a question to ask.
Okay, all right, she's thinking about it. All right, so when you have your free session with us, we'll be able to deal with, as the questions come. Like I said, it's going to be more tailored to your situation. Now, this is just to open your eyes that there's something that's possible, right? However, when we have a consultation with you, we'll be able to walk you through. And for the life insurance that you're already paying for on your personal, we'll be able to help you restructure so that it becomes a relevant life insurance, and then it's your business experience. Mike, any questions?
Yes, I was going to ask, do you have a package, effectively like a tick list of options?
Yes.
So of the many things you've mentioned, if you send me that short list, and I take whichever ones I want or could use, then literally I don't have to now grapple with the meanings.
With all the
I've just got a set of options that I can simply a short note, a tick box
on each one.
I send that back to you.
This was relevant. This was relevant. Okay, that's fine.
That's right.
We can do that. Yeah. Let me note. I'll take a note of that. So Mike. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do a tick box, just like what you just said now. Just what is relevant to each person, and you can look at it. But within the 30 minutes consultation, it kind of like allows me to be able to tailor made, so I know what your business situation is, right? And then we can tick the one that may be together. We can tick the relevant one to you. Does that make sense? Okay. Ayo. All right, fantastic. Thank you very much. It's been amazing being with you guys. I'm looking forward to what we can do with you. Right, I'm really excited. And if you know any other person that you know, this information will definitely help. I'm going to share the video so that you can also send it to them. We're booking our diary is almost like booking about. Just I promise Ayo that definitely I'm going to work with this group. So that's why I'm here. So it's really looking out for you guys, and I'm really hoping that we're able to make sure that your business, you know, there's your business continuity and your money. There's money to sort out life's issues, peradventure, that may occur within your business and family. All right. So Ayo, if you want to like say hi to everybody, and then we'll hand over to you to close this out.
All right. Well, thank you, my people. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you gained something from it. I certainly gained something. There's lots of stuff I already knew about, but I certainly gained something, and I'll be looking into it. So if it helps you, then you can, drop Dr. Sheun a message to get a private consultation. Thank you very much. Yeah.
It's been a pleasure. Thanks for inviting us. Yeah.
Thank you all so much.
Bye.
All right. Have a brilliant
Thank you so
evening.
much.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.